Before this lesson, my putting was trash. I was averaging 40 to 45 putts a round, but the last 4 rounds that I played, the putts have significantly dropped. I hit 28, 34, 28, and 38 putts. So I believe if you watch my previous green reading lesson and this one here where we're working on feel and the putting stroke, I think that you will have everything you need to develop a good base of putting. In this lesson, we develop feel in a few different ways. So we're putting with our eyes closed, we're putting with our right hand, our left hand, we're doing some quick putts. These different things just help you develop a feel on the putting green, and I think that will get you 95% of the way there when you're just trying to work on distance control. As I was putting, Tim does notice that my putting stroke needs some work. I was missing a lot of putts short and right, and we just adjusted my setup and also my putting stroke itself. I was just holding off the putter face when you should be trying to release it. I was getting a lot better roll and my putts were just going online and yeah, just a lot better. And the last thing that we worked on was my mentality when actually putting. So as I wasn't that great of a putter before, I was a little timid when I got onto the green, and that's why I kind of left things short. I didn't want to blow the putt by the hole because I didn't want a long putt coming back. But you have to change that mentality and be more confident in your putts because you're not going to get it in the hole if you don't get it there. So it's better to miss it longer than short. And so just trying to make a more confident stroke. And if it ends up going past the hole, you do get a pretty good read. So the second putt should be a lot easier. Once I just changed my mentality of trying to get every single putt into the hole, no matter how far I'm away, my putts significantly dropped. And guys, if you're new here, my name is Chonger. I'm an average golfer with the goal of trying to get to scratch, documenting my journey along the way, my weekly lessons, talking about different gear and gadgets that are helping me improve, and so much more. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and follow along on this journey with me. Now with that being said, let's dive into this putting lesson. What do we got here?
Just a little like grid. It's kind of a two-parter. So it also gives you the measurement in like centimeters as you take it back. Mm-hmm. And we can kind of peg how far back we swing and through, excuse me, I'm about to cough. Just so that we can kind of calibrate distance control. If you want to get a little bit more technical, maybe that's the way to sort of handle it. Trying to figure out how you allocate speed to the putter. If we keep the tempo relatively the same and we just control the length of swing, not add anything more to it, then we should be able to kind of get a pretty consistent sort of database of the roll. So when we're doing this, maybe it's like calibration at the beginning of your round, because the big variable is you're playing different golf courses, different days, the greens change. I mean, this green was lightning fast and brown yesterday, and they spent some time looking like they kind of put some extra water on it, maybe not cutting it down as much, so it's a little bit fuzzier and healthier, that's a little bit slower. But if I was just calibrated yesterday, I'd leave everything short today if this was the green. So I kind of have to figure it out on a day-to-day basis, how far the ball is running away from me and how to kind of control it.
Sure.
So I think if we standardize length of swing, either in centimeters and inches and distance from your feet, whatever it is, if you've got a good little sort of Rolodex of how far back to take it and how far through you take it, then maybe we can control speed that way. That could be a thing.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't go so technical right now. And I think that was my problem because I almost kind of just take my stance and I kind of think like, right now I just kind of like look back to kind of like my big toe or something like that. I know that's kind of like 3 paces, for instance. Yeah. And then if I have to go a bit more, I kind of go a bit more. But other than that, I don't have something too specific. But I was always wondering if there was a rule, like how we do the paces and then like aiming inches out the hole. Like if an extra inch back equals like an extra like foot of pace, or like is there some sort of
the assumption is that the speed that you're rolling the putt is 18 inches past the hole. So we're keeping consistent speed enough that at 18 inches when they measure it, it's enough that the ball could fall in those edges, but it's not enough speed that it's just going to like die off of its line. Hold its line better, and we still catch a lot of the hole at that kind of speed. So it's judging it off of that speed. So yeah, for sure, if you hit a little bit harder, and then maybe that's part of what we like. Let's take both of tour read and aim point with a grain of salt,
Yep.
knowing that it is like as close as we can get to a scientific method, both of them to kind of give us an idea of where we want to aim this thing. But really it comes down to feel. And
Yep.
It comes down to your ability to really kind of focus on the distance that you're controlling the ball. I mean, I don't know that you would get this technical if we were shooting pool. We would just keep doing it until you got better at figuring out the distance and the angles in the pocket. But that's really the nature of this game. Is we can really get super technical, but the more that it pulls you out of the actual shot that you're hitting with intention, any shot, driver, putter, and everywhere in between, if you don't have really clear intention of what you want and have like seen it, visualizing it first, we're probably not making the stroke that makes sense.
Yep.
If it's like a disconnect between like, okay, there's this many paces, it's this far, I'm gonna swing the putter like this, I'm gonna hit it and I'm gonna look up and it's happening for me. If that's the way that it feels for putting for you, there has to be more of a connection to you actually rolling the ball off of your putter face and getting the direction and speed correct. I would argue if I gave you a ball in your hand and I said, let's just roll it to the hole, you're probably not missing by very much in terms of speed or direction, right? And I can't tell you how to swing your arm,
Yeah.
right? You feel it. That's a feel.
Yeah.
So it's one of those elusive things that I think a lot of coaches stay away from is how do you coach feel? Like how do you teach someone to feel better?
Yeah.
Feel more about the shot? I think you have to look. Like I think your eyes are a massive connection to this. I think your tactile and your senses and your focus are all a really big part of this. So yeah, some of it is it'll make you feel better if you've got a really good stroke and you're hitting the golf ball and controlling the speed the way that you want. But unless you actually are trying to make this putt, like for real,
Yeah.
we're probably not going to make it. Or if we make it, it's a real disconnect from like your intention.
Yeah.
So I just put this here because I like, visually when I warm up, I like to have something that gives me kind of the feel of this stroke. Just let it be natural.
Yeah.
So if I'm standing over top of this, when you're standing there and kind of making this swing, if your black line isn't really following that big white bend line there, then you're probably just a little off track. So what we want is just naturally to sort of like let it flow back and forth, like it's just drawing a line right across that thing. And we want to feel like the putter is probably just cruising across the surface of this thing, right? If we're gonna hit the ball solid in the middle of the face, we're not gonna hit the ground, but we're gonna be just above the surface of the ground. Like we're talking hovercraft, right? Like just above the surface, right? Yeah. Let's roll a few putts from here.
Okay.
I think it's online. I think it's online for like a dead weight putt. I moved it over just a half an inch, but you can put it on that first little dot there, the one that's closest to the hole. Yeah.
This.
Yeah. So the line's kind of taken care of for you. So this is just like rolling them out of the chute, just trying to see what the speed looks like. So don't even worry about the distance that you're swinging it back. Just try to roll this. Let's say let's roll this just over the front edge of the hole. Let's like roll a few ones that don't have too much pace to them. I know you have no experience with what the greens are rolling like right now, but just try to feel this.
I just remember them being fast.
They were fast. They're probably a little less fast. Right. Okay. We'll give you that one as an exploratory putt. Now you know that you probably have to like double your output. All right, just take a good look at this thing. And then just try to get that speed to cruise up to the front edge. Okay. A little closer. From your experience in playing, is it like a 50-50 thing where it's like long, short, is the speed all over the place? Or do you find most of the time that you're doing one more than the other, like the ball's getting away from you or you just can't get it to the hole?
I think it depends because I think I'm pretty reactive to like how the first putt goes.
Sure.
And if it blows kind of by, then I kind of like ease up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would say kind of like 50-50. I don't think I have necessarily a preference. I think for if I was to go for like the very long putts, I think I miss on the short side.
Okay.
But if I think it's kind of something like in this range, I think I would, if I were have to do it, I think it would be a bit long.
Yeah. I would say like we're in a range here. Let's call it inside like 20 feet.
Yeah.
You probably want the ball to go past the hole.
Yeah.
Even if it goes past like 5 or 6 feet, you're gonna get a pretty good look at it. And probably is not, you know, like it's okay that you have just have a chance at these things.
Yeah.
There's a possibility, a decent possibility, that if you carry the right pace, that you could make this putt from this distance. I think at like 50 feet, you're probably thinking like, let's cozy it up there. Like let's not spank it past the hole. Let's get it so that it cozies up there. Okay, we'll do that, and then I want to do something a little bit different because I want to kind of play around with your speed control.
Sure.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, let's go here for a second. And let's putt it to that one right there.
Okay.
Okay? But I want you to putt it with your eyes closed.
Okay.
Okay?
So
So you can go through your entire setup, get yourself ready to go.
Yep.
Keep the picture in your head of where the hole is and where you're going to aim or whatever, just the whole image of this thing. But I want you to roll both of these putts with your eyes closed.
So still try and aim it?
Yeah,
or...
you get to do everything right up until the moment you're ready to putt. You just close your eyes and then roll it. Right, so you can figure it all out, chart it all.
Okay. So I just close my eyes now?
Yeah. So when you're ready to go, you get your putter all lined up there. Good. Take a lasting image of this picture. And then close your eyes and roll it right away. Okay. I want you to do it again, but before you open your eyes on the next one, I want you to tell me the direction and the distance relative to that ball right there. So relative to the ball that ended up long and right, on the next putt that you hit, I want you to tell me, is it left of that ball? Is it short of that ball?
Okay.
Okay. So one of the ways that I think you can teach feel is sensory. If I challenge your senses differently, then we can probably build some experience out of this. So if I remove eyesight,
Yep.
then you now use your, touch, acoustics, right? Like you use those other senses way more. What do you think?
I think that's short and left of it.
Yeah, have a look. It's not so bad, right?
I don't think I hit the ball the best.
That's okay. So that's a thing. If you don't make great contact with your eyes closed, it means that you're moving around. If you hit the ball with your eyes open, you can miss that very often because your eyes are dancing. So your eyes are looking at once the ball leaves, it's looking at the hole. So unless you're really playing off the feel of the putter, then you don't really know if you've hit it on line or not. Mm. You have to yell 4. Let's do it again. Let's go up this hill here. It's just a backwards putt. Now we know it breaks to the right and we know it's a little bit uphill. So I want you to do the exact same thing.
I think that's gonna be short and right.
Yeah, not so bad. The line was good. How was the feel coming off the face?
I don't think I thought the feel was okay. I just don't think I took it back far enough.
Okay.
For what I needed to
yeah,
do.
Sure. Are you picking up anything different now that your eyes are closed when you're hitting your putts?
I think I'm more tentative.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that might be the way that you actually putt too? Like a little tentative, and then every once in a while kind of give it a gas pedal, like don't be tentative, and then you hit it too hard? That's kind of like, I saw you hit 4 putts over there, and the putter never looked like it was really moving the way that it kind of should. It was kind of just drifting through. Remember what I said about your driver, how it looked like it kind of went up and then it traced down the same line? It didn't look like it had the pull and the snap in the shaft.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this one further. I'll let you hit one more ball and then we'll just go back and forth between these two because I think this is kind of a good little break for us.
Sure.
But I'll do one more thing after this. I'll let you hit that one with your eyes closed again. I'll move this ball just in case you do get it on the correct line with the right pace that you have a chance of making it.
I think that's short and right again.
It just slipped out.
Oh.
It's a great putt. It sounded nice. It was a great putt.
I don't think I actually hit that one the best. Actually.
No? Really?
Yeah, no.
It sounded okay. It sounded really good. Rolled nice. Okay, back over here for a second. So you kind of brought up that you might be mishitting these slightly. So we're going to challenge you on the hits.
Okay.
You can choose which one you start with, but you're going to start with either your right hand or your left hand, and you're going to keep your eyes closed. So you're putting with just one hand.
Okay. I go with the right hand first.
Yeah, you can go right hand first. And you can put that grip wherever you'd like. I would recommend if you're just holding one hand that you'd go down a little bit lower on the grip so you have a little bit better control of that club. Typically if you're mishitting it and you're lined up off the center of the putter face, it means that you're shifting around posture. It means the building's kind of rocking a little bit. So this is where you'd want to get wider and more bent over, right? Kind of locked into the ground with your feet. Okay. And feel like your eyes stay really steady in space, or your nose stays steady in space. Okay, one hand, you can just take the other hand and just put it on your left hip. Just put it right, yeah, or just like, there was a guy on tour back in the day, he putted one-handed, and you just kind of put it on his left hip there like that. Just get it out of the way so the shoulders are kind of on line. Yep. Okay, so eyes closed.
I feel like that's passed it into the right.
Mm-hmm. Speed's pretty good. So far, your speed's been pretty good with your eyes closed. Okay. Try left hand.
I feel like that's short and right.
A little harder with that one, yeah?
Yeah.
It's just a bad miss hit with the left hand.
I felt when I took this back, it was kind of like wobbly.
Uh-huh. So if you, rather than taking this club and moving the club head and the grip all together in the backswing and then swinging them all together, you're basically in control of all your speed right here, like this.
Yeah.
No wrist movement. The putter's moving through here like this, so my speed control is there. Instead, let's get the putter head actually kind of like swinging on its own. So if I just keep it kind of in one spot, it probably wants to kind of swing its way through. I've got a heavy end down there. So when I take this putter back and I've got my hands locked in a position where there's no air in the grip, but I'm not holding on to it tight, when I take this putter back, I'm allowing a little bit of de-loft or putter head swing in the backswing and putter head swing through. I'm allowing the putter head to have a little bit of release and flow. So I'm letting the putter head kind of, even if I do this a little bit, I can feel like the wiggle or the softness in the shaft. There's a little bit of movement in the shaft as you kind of wiggle this back and forth. If I keep this dead steady all the way through, then I just have to be really good at moving the speed correct here, and it makes it a little bit more difficult. I think if I just gave you a ball and you just did that with it, you'd be better at hitting your speed and hitting the golf ball solid because there'd be less moving pieces. So what we want is a little less of you moving the grip kind of through the putting stroke, and a little bit more of you kind of locking your arms underneath you and using a little bit more hand release. So I get a little bit of like the putter head actually kind of snapping into the golf ball a little bit. This puts a really nice roll on the ball. I'm gonna roll a few to you just so you can kind of see what that looks like coming at you. I don't need as big a backswing. So there's a real nice roll to that golf ball.
Yep.
Kind of topples end over end a little bit better. So it's got a nice like release in the swing. That was a little bit in the heel, but it's still like the ball wants to kind of keep going a little bit. So I want you to free it up. I want your practice swings to kind of get up tempo a little bit. So when we get over here, I want you to keep your eyes closed on these ones, but I want you to start to do something that goes like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's a little quicker tempo. 1, 2. Pretty good. Same thing here. 1, 2. So we got a nice little snap to that release of that putter. Some good speed there. Hey, 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 get out of there. Get out of there. They're like teamwork. One guy's looking out for the other guy. Yeah, swing a few, just letting that putter head release a little bit more.
Okay.
So your grip really needs to be the right hand dominant. You just by your left hand performance, the left hand probably isn't in charge for you on this. So it feels like the left hand's just sort of chilling. The right hand's the one that kind of swings this club through a little bit more. So full contact, that you have total pressure on there. You got no air pockets anywhere. Beat it. Back in the cart again. Nice. There we go.
I feel like that went past it to the right.
Yeah. Yeah. How did it feel off the face though?
Better contact,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Sounded good.
I think that's to the right.
Yeah. Yeah, a little heel contact there. Okay, come down here. You get to use your eyes again. But I want you looking at the hole this time.
Okay.
Okay? So before you hit your putt, you just stare at the hole and then make your stroke. Decent. Not bad. Okay, 2 coming back my way, normal putting.
Okay.
Okay? Normal putting. So now that you have all of your senses working for you, these should be 2 either makes or really, really close. Probably on high side with at least enough speed to get there. No point leaving these short. I'm not making you make the comebacker. You must try to make this thing. This is like we're in a scramble. You're the last guy to putt. Let's make it. Okay, so let's move that golf ball up 2 full golf balls in your stance. Keep going. Right there. Great. A little bit back. Right there. Perfect. Right there. Okay, I want you to roll it from there.
What happened?
You're like, wait a minute, why was that so much better? You're really stuck here. So this is where I gave you all, like I just said, go back to your normal putting setup. This ball is behind you or behind your center.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit down on this ball. It's gonna skid. You're gonna hit down on it, and because it's back in your stance, it's hard to make a long enough backswing because it's so far back there. And then you end up kind of jamming and moving on it. So the whole body sort of twists on that one. The second one, we moved up to like forward in the stance, and you released up into it, almost like hitting up on it like a driver. I think ball position is gonna change a lot about how you roll your putts. So you want this thing way up in your stance. I think if your speed control has been the issue and you feel like you're like reading them okay and you're pacing them okay, but you're all over the place, a lot of the comments that you made when you were hitting these golf balls, eyes closed or open, was that your contact was off. It was like a heel hit or something. It just wasn't a solid strike.
Yeah.
So we got to get the strike really solid. So we're going to put that ball up in the stance, and you're going to try to get that black line, and I'm going to film it. You're going to try to get that little black line on your golf club to ram into the line in the middle of the golf ball. And we'll see how that looks.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you do it?
Say it's better.
Pretty good. No, it looks like it's kind of working across, doesn't it? If I back it out a little bit. It looks like putter face is open to your setup, right? Feet are kind of open to where your setup is. So we come through. Looks like just a little bit of a stand up at the end. I got you. So we want you just to stay there. That's why.
Stay down.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that same thing again. That's good. But make this putt. You know it breaks some measure of left to right, or right to left, I should say. Breaks a little bit, a little uphill. Let's knock it in. It's a good stroke. It was a good stroke. That came off the middle really nicely. Let's go back. Okay, so some of what we have detected has led us back into technique a little bit to give you the best chance to roll the ball consistently. You're going to roll the ball better from it being more forward in the stance, where we can add a little bit of loft at the moment of impact. That gives us a much more true roll, less backspin, less skidding, and the ball's going to release a little bit more. You might find that now it's easier for you to get the ball to the hole, but you might have to just be careful or mindful with the speed that you're putting into it. Mm-hmm. You struggled early, even off of that mat, just sort of like skidding the ball out of the gate, and then not really like rolling true. If I let this roll off of my fingers, it would be a really nice like release roll. I kind of want to mimic that with the way we kind of roll the golf ball here. So think we're rolling it over rather than hitting into the back of it. Less about like trying to spin it. So we put it up there, and then we can almost catch it on the upswing. Okay, you know this putt. It's not an easy one because it snaps really hard at the end when it's moving slowly. But if you keep it going fast, it just goes straight through the break. But try to keep it up on that line. Good. Yes. Okay. I thought line was great, but the speed was not.
In my head, I thought that I had it too high, so I had to try to drip it in.
So then, okay, so you adjusted your stroke based on a feeling just before your
Yeah.
Right. That's like going to do a backflip into the pool, and then just before you leave the air, or leave the ground to go into the air, you think maybe a front flip instead, and then you just end up in a heap. You gotta like, once whatever you've committed to at the point that you're standing over the golf ball, you either go with it or like get out of there.
Yeah.
And it could be just like okay, hold on a second, I know what I want to do. But once you've made up your mind on your line, do not change it. You're probably way better on your first guess. That's just an instinctual thing, right? Like your first instinct is probably accurate. You know it breaks right to left or left to right, and you know it's, kind of fast, but not really. So again, putt like you're the last guy in a scramble. 3 guys before you have putted. They've rolled the ball. They've all missed. You have a secure par. You just need this thing to have a chance. You have to give these a chance. And your scramble guys are going, Grant, got to get it to the hole. It's a great putt if you're just trying to make par.
Yeah.
But we want to make these.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's what it is you said the word tentative, and that's what it appears.
Yeah.
Is that don't be scared of any of these putts. The best chance that you have of making any of these are committing to something, right? Like, let's get it to the hole. So let's go back and forth between these 2 holes and not leave one ball short. I mean, I'd say it almost got to front edge, but let's call it short. Okay, so without lining the golf ball up,
Yep.
when you get up there and you have, let's say 15 seconds to hit both of those golf balls.
Okay.
Okay, so after your first one, you just have to get to the second one and then hit it. And then we'll just kind of keep going back and forth a little bit. So we'll up the tempo a little bit, try to play off of like some control. Good. Yeah, watch it out until it's completion. You got lots of time. You got 15 seconds, so you got a few more seconds here. Okay, living pretty dangerous to not get it, just to the hole high. Good putts. It's a really simple task here. We just need to just have every ball roll past the hole. That's it. It's great. It's great. See, I mean, obviously we want it on that high side if it's anywhere, but just want the pace to become, yeah, great. Great. Play a quick little game called War. It'll be a fun one, actually. You can start at this hole. I'll start at that hole there. Quick game to 3.
Okay.
So the game is about making putts. If
Yep.
I make the putt first, I get a point. We switch sides.
Okay.
Once I roll a ball that way, you're rolling a ball this way. We just stay where we are. We gather the ball that comes towards us and just keep putting.
Okay.
So it's a speed game. I'm not waiting for you to putt and then I have to putt. We're just going as soon as I have a ball. If I have 2 balls, I putt them one by one. You have to wait.
Okay.
Okay. But once we make one, whoever makes one, we switch sides. First 1 to 3 wins.
Okay.
Okay. You can begin whenever you'd like. Oh, I think I got one. Got one. 1. Switch sides. Ooh, 2. All right. Can you see the value of this game? Read, react.
Yeah.
Also, how accurately, I know we hit the same one over and over again. That's block practice. That is like just making you better than the one before. But there's some real value to that if you're trying to just figure out a connection to like feel and control and distance. We're trying to make a putt. Anywhere on the screen, we're just trying to like make it. So it has to feel like this. It has to feel like maybe not the hastiness of like grab a ball and hit it, but it has to feel like, all right, I'm doing the same things that I'm doing there. I'm taking in all the information that I can to figure out where this putt sort of breaks to. And then now I have to make a stroke committed enough that that ball could go in. I can't second guess myself throughout the whole process and then expect that the outcome is going to be like really good. You've got to really be in it like, okay, I'm lined up correctly. I'm going to give it the pace that I think it's required. Don't be scared of the outcome, good or bad. I mean, obviously you would be thrilled if you made it.
Yep.
But I think we worry too much about what's going to happen next. And if we're always worrying about the next shot, we're never really giving the shot that's the most important all its attention. So like, this is your chance.
Yep.
One shot.
Yep.
Can you make it? If you can't, we have another chance after that. And if you miss that one, you're going to have another chance again. You don't want that, but that's the way that this goes. So they're just one-shot games.
Yep.
This is just a, hey, can you roll this ball over there to that thing? Great.
Yeah.
Now can you kick a ball over a fence? Whatever.
Yep.
Just a game. So this game is trying to make the putt. Let's move around the green a little bit and see how you adapt to just like different distances.
Sure.
You can go from there. Why don't we go into that sunshine over there?
Sure.
And we'll just sort of work our way around the green. I'll clear some space for you, but why don't you just roll a few to kind of get an idea of if you got some good control of this thing.
Should I try to like actually like aim it, or do I just kind of go off feel still?
Do what you need to do to read it, but then like I want the second part of that to be really feel oriented. So it's like you have a team working for you, and the team that starts it off are like the surveyors and like the engineers, right? They're trying to figure out like what we're actually working on here. It's like, okay, there's some tilt here. There's like a little bit of like runoff at the end. It's, the greens are bumpy because they've been growing all day, but we've got a good idea of the surface of the distance here. If I kind of take what we were putting on, it's almost like, it's twice as long as that or a little bit more than that. But you should have you compile all that information like a detective, trying to sniff out whatever you can that you're going to use for this putt. And then once you have an idea of the line is done for you, right? Like you really are just locked on that line. Now your job is two-part. You have to get the speed correct. You have to feel the speed. So I want you to like release the putter head. I want you to feel like it could kind of do this. It has like some flow to it. There's like some wrist release into the putter head that it kind of wants to swing a little bit.
Okay.
Now your job is get it on line. Don't miss the line. Wide stance, really wide. Yeah, good. And then release that putter head. Okay, so the last thing that you need is to look at the hole, to really like drink it in. Do that same thing again. Because you were aimed over there slightly. I mean, obviously you hit it hard so it didn't like take any break, but you were definitely aimed a little bit there and then you pushed it a bit more. So once you get ready to swing your putter, you have to watch your putter. So you're watching this putter swing through the golf ball. Okay, don't stare at the ball. Watch your object go through the middle of that golf ball. Okay, line was good, but there's your variant of like one that goes really long, one that goes kind of really short. Let's just work to the next hole. Let's work around the green a little bit and see how you do. There's that one. I'll give you a feeler on this. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll put one of these golf balls,
Okay.
and you can put the other. I'll give you the initial read. So I'm just
Sure.
an opponent in your group, and I'm going to give you the read for what I think this putt is going to do, how fast it's going to be, how much it's going to break. So you got a good look at that, and then you can take that information and go, okay. Even like really watching the way the putter head travels into the golf ball for the people that you're playing with.
I didn't get it up far enough.
Okay, let's go down this one. Different set of practice when we're working on like, 5-6 footers. Let's just try to work on speed and distance. So my line has to be out here somewhere, right? I'm not even like, I know this is probably 2%, it's downhill. I can put my fingers up, but I can almost see it. It's pretty much inside that golf ball there, or that bag in the distance. So that's my target line. And then I just have to let it kind of hit its apex somewhere out there. So somewhere about there. And it should sort of snap. And then it's kind of slow. They're just slow and sticky, so it's not running out the rest of it. But you could go a little bit less than my break. I was at that bag. You're probably just inside that with a little bit more pace. Try to make this one. So inside my line, with a little bit more speed to see if it can maybe go in. Okay, so right now you're aiming right here. You are with your putter, aiming right here. Is this where you intend on hitting it?
I had it kind of at your ball.
Okay, so that's not where your putter face was pointing. So that line is kind of tilted and it's kind of pointed like here somewhere. That's probably better. I'll stand on that line now. So that's that line. Good. That's pretty good there. Good. Putter's forward in the stance. Yeah? Yeah, pushed it wide open. So as soon as you got to impact, your putter went that way and shoved it open. That's actually interesting to see. So you moved on that with your eyes, and the putter swung open to come through. So that's the stroke. Let's watch that again. Okay, let's
So
do.
when I lift
When you
up,
came through and moved up,
Yeah.
the putter stopped moving and the putter opened up and it pushed the ball away from you. So we're
Okay.
going to do something here. We're going to go back to almost the thing without your eyes. So we know that we want to aim you. I'll do this here. I want to aim you like there, I think. So let's just take that for what it is. Okay, good. When you're ready to go, put your head straight, your shoulders straight, your head straight right there. Good. When you're ready to go, you can putt. That's online.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that again. So I just want you to like live with your eyes over the ball in this space right here. Your job is to just watch the putter go through there. And like, who cares where it's going? You just have to make sure that this putter moves through there straight. Good. Okay, same thing. Head straight over top of it, and you just stay right there. Yeah. It's really easy for good putters to like keep their head steady because they're confident in what's coming.
Yeah.
If you're struggling with your putting, you're probably like early to see what's going on because you need to know that information.
Yeah.
Right? Because like hopefully it's good. Oh no, it's not, or whatever. You're just anticipating it too early. So this is like in that, you know, chart of, or like that organization of whose job it is next. It's like we plan everything, we figure it all out, we get to that moment when we get to hit the ball, and then I have to just hit the ball really solid here. And this is the easiest place in golf to like know that I can just be steady and not have to look at it because I will never lose my ball on a putting green.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hit it where you're like, oh, did you guys see where that went? It's right there, man. Like it just rolled in front of you.
You know how when we were talking about like iron strikes,
Yeah.
and you're just thinking about hitting the back of the ball, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter kind of what happens after the
Sure,
fact.
yeah.
But with the putter, it does have a bit of effect, or does it not really?
Yeah, so we're not traveling with the same amount of speed.
Yep.
So the putter and the ball interact a little bit differently and longer. So we have more of like an influence of like pushing the ball over to get it on its line.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you can imagine that they don't spring load the faces of iron or a putter like they do an iron. It's not going to rebound at 50% faster like a driver. Your putter's ball speed is going to be very similar to its swing speed. It's dense metal. That's intentional. So really, because our interaction with the ball is so much longer, we've just got it on the face a little bit longer, we do want to control where we finish the putter swing, the stroke or the direction that we're swinging on. Think like, they do teach this when you learn to like shoot pool, is they want you not to just like jab at it. They want you to like send the cue through the strike.
Yep.
So if you send it through, then you keep it on its axis and you're making a better hit. So that's kind of what we want is we're working through the golf ball on the intended line. So a little less of that like bang into it. How much time in a week do you spend on a putting green? That isn't playing golf.
Very little.
Yeah, right. So I know you have like a putting mat at home that you can like work
Yeah.
on the stroke, but it like some of this is just like if you wanted to be a deep sea diver, you probably have to go in the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? You want to be a good putter, probably should spend time on putting greens. It's just like allocating a lot more of just this. Like we're just exploring out here, but it's super valuable for you. Good. Eyes stay down, be really great at striking the putter or the ball in the middle. That was a wonderful strike. Wonderful strike. You can see that ball just rolling over end. That's a really good indication that you're on plane for wherever your line was and you struck it clean.
When I feel like I'm hitting it good, it feels like, yeah, I'm releasing it a little bit.
Yes.
But I worry sometimes if I would
Don't
ever
worry.
release it with a closed face.
Don't
or
worry.
It doesn't matter.
Don't worry. You will see, you'll know if you are releasing it with a closed face. If you don't release it, let's say this. If you don't release it, you're going to open the face and you're going to miss it short and right. That seemed consistent with your miss pattern. So we want you to like make the other mistake then. Not like I want you to hook it, but just let the putter release. Keep your eyes down there. Super heavy eyes.
I hit the ground.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, you hit the ground, it's going to slow it down for sure. Okay, so what if we went back to these ones now, these putts that we were kind of started with. Now that you absolutely know how these break, we've putted this one 100 times. We know it breaks to the right. We know this one breaks to the left. We know the speed of these things. I want you to make 2 putts there and make 2 putts here. Just make them. No big deal. Yeah, eyes stay really steady. Just took a little bit of a look at it. Just kind of came up. So now we have an outcome of like making it. You want to see it, but you have time. You have lots of time. In fact, the more time that you take, the more likelihood that you might make this thing. So your eyes are glued in position. Your body is just frozen in position, and you're now just designed to release a putter through that slot. Yeah, good. Great. That looks so much better.
I feel like my right hand
Yeah.
being a bit more active this
that's
time
great.
now.
That's really good. Gosh, that's a good roll. Really good roll. So much better than the first go around, for sure. Pow. Pow. This is why we hit it the way we hit it. Yeah, is that too hard? That's too hard, but it went in. So is it wrong? I don't think so. There's tons of that. You watch golf on the weekend, and you see guys that they're not going to win golf tournaments by cozying the ball up all day long. They're going to race a few by. I would say that, good putters, they don't have to 3-putt, but they do sometimes because they're trying to be aggressive. And they're not worried about the next shot. They're worried about this one. They're making it. Connect with your target before you look. Yeah, right. You got locked in there. And then you lose that, right? It's like an image that just stays in your eyes for a second or two.
I felt myself lift up.
Yeah, take a little peek, right? So that's pretty consistent, is when you take a little peek, that thing darts to the right. Good putt. It was a really good putt. Going back to what I said earlier, just about being on the greens. The best putters, it's not like God-given talent. It's manifested and harvested on like putting greens. Especially like old school, like before we had metrics on like how to do it. It was just cut on reps on greens, trying to figure out how your ball rolls. It's a great putt. It's a really good putt. The stroke looks a lot better. A lot better. How's it feel?
Yeah, I can feel better contact. I can hear the sound of a better roll.
Mm-hmm.
I think the feeling for me, I don't know if it's the actual like real thing, but it feels like when I do hit it good, I feel like I'm almost coming in with a closed face. It feels
okay,
like
so I think we talked about this with your putter. Can I borrow this for a second? Your putter has a little bit of toe hang, right? So it's got more weight here than here. This putter, like a door with a hinge, likes to swing the toe closed. You're a guy who misses by mistake right a lot by coming out of your putts. This putter is going to help you, and that feeling is probably a good thing. I haven't seen you really pull and miss putts way left, but a lot of them have missed low right.
Yeah.
So this is probably not a bad feeling for you to experience. When you just take this putter and swing it through, different than mine, because mine is face balanced. When I swing this thing through, it really wants to just swing with its face kind of going forward without me having to do too much to it. When you swing your putter, it probably wants to swing the toe around the heel a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's just pivoting around that axis. That weight is just kind of getting thrown over. So there's a reason why Scotty Cameron and putter manufacturers make different necks and different hangs of where the weight is, because we have different release patterns. For you, this is probably a really good thing that you have a putter that can kind of help you release it more square closed. That's a great roll. Get there. Get there. It's a good putt. It's a very good putt. It is like what I said earlier too, is like it looked like your driver swing. Like it looked like if we slowed it down that it had all the right things to be a driver swing, but when we sped it up, it just looked like you were kind of tracing over time. It wasn't like you didn't have a real connection to actually doing the act. It looked like you were close to it. So this is about you making putts, like trying to make them. I think we got to just focus on that steadiness.
And because sometimes my putter drags, I feel like when I take it back, it sometimes like brushes against the grass.
Okay.
That just means I have to kind of take it up more?
You're okay.
Or-
So Worm Cam on the weekend showed who won this weekend or last weekend. Talking about someone making putts. Maybe it was Lottie. I don't know. Maybe it was Lottie Woad last week. They were kind of showing that. What they were showing was most players will bounce their putters.
Yep.
So when I get in, my putter is still moving by the time I'm moving it. So I don't go into a position where the putter's sitting on the ground, and then I got to like take it out of there.
Yep.
When I go to hit my putt, and I make my practice swings and I walk in, my putter is just I'm tapping it lightly on the grass.
Yep.
And then on one of the raises, that I start my takeaway. So I never get the putter stuck because it's airborne as I take it away. Also, that constant motion helps me start better. I think we did some good things today. Some really good stuff on your putting. Changed the setup a little bit, got you a little bit more right hand oriented because it really is your dominant hand. Quieted your eyes during the stroke and then post stroke. I'm trying to really just focus on everything that you can do to make this putt, not everything that you can do to get it close, but like really trying to figure out how this thing could roll with the right pace and line. Yeah, you're rolling it so nice, Graham. That's like such a really good improvement. If you spent 5 hours 1 week on a putting green, just putting,
Yeah.
three times in the week, by the end of the week, you'd be better at putting. I know this. 100 hours, you're better. But it's just that once you get to a point in this game, and I like we said earlier that it's hard to coach feel.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe what it is to feel, but if you do something enough, feel becomes the obvious thing that's there.
Yeah.
The rest of it is kind of gets quieted out. You're not worried so much about the mechanics and the outcome based on those. You're really connected to the ball rolling on the green a little bit more.
So is it like back to, I guess, when we first started out looking at this mat?
Yeah.
Like when you're thinking about distance control, is it kind of just like 90% of it will get you by just kind of putting more and then the feeling, but then like if you want to fine tune like the 10%, it's kind of when you have to kind of a bit more dial in.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have to connect
Yeah.
this feeling of
Yeah.
20 centimeters.
Yeah.
Through
So
and through.
let's just say that I'll use like a skiing analogy. So the first few times you ski, you're just trying to get down the hill.
Yep.
And then the more you get down the hill, the more you know the course, you get everything figured out, you know how to like make your turns.
Yep.
The controlling your pace would be like on your first few runs, us trying to shave time off of your time. It's like, it doesn't make sense to do that yet. Like, let's get really good at this and let's figure out how fast we can go at that point.
Yep.
I think you were one step ahead of where you needed to be with like, I'm going to control length of stroke. Well, wait a minute. You're doing that, but we're not hitting the ball consistently in the face.
Yep.
Putter's getting delivered in a bunch of different angles. So that's a nice idea, but if you're making mishits and you're making errors outside of that, then it's not going to help you. In fact, it's probably going to hurt you more than anything else.
Yep.
So if you kind of come back to the natural part of this, which is like, hey, anyone on the planet, if I give them a putter, they've done, most people do it, mini putt, give you a putter and a ball, you can kind of figure it out.
Yep.
Well, however your technique is, you can kind of figure it out. I want you to figure it out a little bit more. I want you to figure out like what your stroke is, make your connection. We removed some senses, we added them so that you could kind of play off of that. I think when we strip those away, it becomes a little bit more obvious of like where the putter head is, helps you with proprioception. It just helps you get in tune with what you're trying to do, which is like, this is the tool that you have in your hand,
Yep.
but really you're still in charge of like the act of trying to make these putts.
Yep.
And we're trying to make them.
Makes sense.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Cool. It's good, man.
Sweet.
Really good.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Apologies that the second camera angle cut out midway through, but I decided to leave the whole video intact just because I thought there was a lot of useful commentary, which I think will help make you a better putter. And so yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying these lessons and learning a thing or two, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.